Hello, my name is Mark O'Malley, lead forecaster and climate specialist from the National Weather Service in Phoenix. Thanks for choosing this briefing. Today I'll be recapping the winter season for the state of Arizona, as well as describing the evolution of El Nino Southern Oscillation across the Pacific Ocean. Overall temperatures during the winter months across Arizona were not terribly far from average. In general, slightly cooler than normal weather occurred over the higher terrain of northeast Arizona, depicted in the green shading here. Meanwhile, slightly warmer than average conditions encompass much of central and southern parts of the state, shown in the yellow and oranges. When averaged over the entire state, the winter season, defined since October 1st, was very near normal. The coldest temperatures of the winter range from 9 below zero in Flagstaff to 29 degrees in Phoenix to as low as 17 degrees in Tucson. And that 17-degree reading was actually a record low for January 15th. The majority of the state received less than average rain and snow during the winter season. The two exceptions were over west central Arizona, which saw a couple early wet season storms in October and November. Also, the mountainous terrain around the Mogollon Rim experienced multiple rain and snow events during the middle of the season during January and February. For most of the remainder of the state, precipitation totals since October 1st were running only slightly more than 50% of normal, shown in the darker red shadings. The most significant statewide precipitational events occurred between December 13th and 16th, and then again another event between January 26th and 27th. Even though many mountain areas across the southwest United States did see frequent snowfall events, abnormally warm weather between these snowfalls, especially since March 1st, have eroded and melted much of the snowpack. Therefore, below average stream flow is expected for the remainder of the spring months. For the entire region, snow water equivalent is being reported at less than 75%, and for Arizona and New Mexico, that is even less than 50%. With the exception of reservoirs along the Colorado River, most state reservoir systems are below both the average level and the level reported last year. With the likelihood of any additional beneficial rain and snow events waning this spring and limited available water locked in the snow cover, these levels will likely remain below average as we start into the warmer spring and summer season. Looking at recent ENSO status, the El Nino and La Nina phases are determined by the persistence of sea surface temperature anomalies across the equatorial Pacific. The key region is really this Nino 3.4 region in the east central part of the basin. It turned positive last summer, and it really looked like we might be heading towards an El Nino phase. However, the anomalies quickly reversed back into a negative phase at the beginning of the year and are really not that far from average right now. Across the entire globe, there's pockets of warmer and cooler sea surface temperature averages, some significant, and mostly in the mid-latitudes, with near-average conditions across the equatorial regions. Most climate models, both the dynamic models and the statistical models, indicate sea surface temperatures in this key Nino 3.4 region to really not stray too far from the 0 degrees Celsius through the summer and autumn season. This ENSO neutral phase, as it's called, is not uncommon during the Northern Hemisphere summer season, and typically the ENSO phase really has little connection to weather conditions in Arizona during the summer anyways. The El Nino or La Nina really has its most influence during the winter season, and the model forecasts start to show a large spread in possibilities once we get past the summer and autumn season, so there's a lot of uncertainty what's to come after the summer. Looking at seasonal temperature and precipitation outlooks, these are the most likely outcomes during the 3-month period of April, May, and June. There's about a 40% chance that temperatures will be above normal across the state during this time frame, but this still leaves a 1 out of 4 chance that temperatures could fall in a below average category. In general, precipitation odds are not that far from an equal chance of being above, below, or near normal. There's really just not enough to hang our hats on. And in reality, much of the state receives very little precipitation during these months, so these percentages really don't tell much of a story anyways. Thank you for viewing this multimedia web briefing. You can follow the National Weather Service on Facebook at this address, or follow our Twitter account at twitter.com/NWSPhoenix. You of course are watching this video on our YouTube account, and please visit our website for all the latest forecasts, outlooks, and warnings at www.weather.gov/Phoenix.